Hi, welcome to Lego My Vote. This is the 14th edition. We illustrate Canada's voting system at the federal and provincial levels with Lego bar graphs. We do it after every election. And today we're looking at New Brunswick's election, which was 2 days ago. And let's start by looking at not just those who bothered to go and vote, but all eligible voters. And I'll show you why this is important in a second. So of all the people who could have voted in New Brunswick on Monday, 1% voted NDP, 6% voted for the People's Alliance, and I apologize, their color is purple, and I don't have any purple Lego. 10% voted Green, 23% voted Liberal, 26% voted Conservative, and now you can see why this is an important data set to look at. 34% didn't vote at all. This is the largest voting bloc of them all, and this is a normal dynamic to see in any election in Canada. The largest group, the plurality, is often the group that didn't have any faith in the system, couldn't think of a good reason to vote, didn't trust that their vote would count. And that's something that should disturb all of us. It literally means that if we had a none of the above option on the ballot in Canada, it might win, and that's kind of weird. So that's something that's quite interesting. Now let's look at those who did vote. So looking at the proportion of how the votes were divided up in New Brunswick, if you took the 49 seats and used any type of normal voting system like most Western democracies use, that gives you some kind of proportional or semi-proportional outcome, then those 49 seats would be divided up like this. The NDP would get 1, the People's Alliance would get 5, Greens get 7, Libs get 17, and the Conservatives get 19. And the important thing to look at here is that none of them have reached the magic line of 25 seats, which is a majority in a 49-seat legislature. So they would have to figure out how to work together, which is a good thing when parties have to talk to each other and negotiate and compromise rather than just fighting all the time. So the Conservatives and the Alliance might try and form a coalition. That wouldn't quite be enough. The Liberals and the Greens couldn't do it without the NDP support. Who knows what would happen? But they'd have to try and figure it out. And this is how most Western democracies do it. And what you get is a government, a coalition government that represents an actual majority of voters. Now let's look at what actually happened on Monday. The NDP didn't get any seats, so they're just gone. People's Alliance only got 2, so they lost 3 seats that they really earned at the ballot box. The Greens got 3 out of 7, so they lost 4. The Liberals actually, funny enough, this rarely happens, but even a broken clock is right twice a day. They got 17 seats, which is what they deserved. But all the seats that disappeared here, those all went to the Conservatives. So they got an extra 8 seats, which put them over the top to a majority. If you read the news today, all you'll hear about is this number. The Conservatives won a majority, which would make you think that most voters in New Brunswick voted Conservative. In fact, if you look at this very simple addition process here, these are all the people who didn't want the Conservatives in government, and these are the folks who did. So the majority of the province didn't vote Conservative, yet they somehow ended up with a majority government that can now do whatever they want without having to talk to any other parties. This is why we're working towards change. This is why we're trying to get governments to reassess the voting system we use and consider other voting systems. Here at Unlock Democracy, we're really focused on municipal reform, starting at the most local levels and then working our way up. You can check us out at unlockdemocracy.ca. You can also check out fairvote.ca and join the movement. We're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, and we have an email list on our website. If you like this video, share it with your friends, and we'll be back the next time there's an election in Canada. Thanks for watching.